Hi there, it's Dr. Yum, and I thought I would start out the year with a little conversational tip about picky eaters. Just a few little strategies that I have found are helpful when we're talking to parents. So, a lot of parents come to me during well visits and they say, gosh, my child is such a picky eater and it's so frustrating. So I wanted to just give you an idea of how you could direct that conversation. So first of all, I think it's important to acknowledge, encourage, and direct. So the way I remember that is AED, right? Acknowledge, encourage, and redirect. So acknowledge that parenting is hard. So saying things like, gosh, that must be really frustrating. Raising kids can take a lot of patience, just so they know that you've heard them. Encouragement is really important too. So it sounds like you're trying a lot of things. I would encourage you to keep trying, and then you might offer things that you can also try, but really to show them that their heart is in the right place. They want what's best for their kids. And you can even encourage the child too, as you're encouraging the adult, by saying, it's really hard to try new foods, but you do so many hard things, and this is one thing I know you're going to be really good at. The last thing is to direct or redirect. So parents may not realize that feeding is a developmental process. And just like any developmental processes, some kids are really fast at learning and some are slower. And so it's important for parents to reframe feeding as its own developmental process and remind them that some kids, just like in other developmental processes like reading, might take longer to learn than others. And it may be that their child just needs more practice. Okay, and so we can redirect that language instead of saying, your child is a terrible reader, or, to talk about their child in front of their pediatrician and say, this child is really slow to speak or read and I'm really frustrated. You might give them other language to talk about their child's hesitant eating around them. And some of the language that I will offer is more positive than picky eaters. I might even say, there are no picky eaters allowed here at Young Pediatrics. We only have learning eaters or practicing eaters or exploring eaters. And using those words are more positive, and you might show them that when you use those words, you're not labeling the child as being a picky eater forever, but you're showing them that if they practice, they can learn and grow, just like with any other skill. So learning eater, practicing eater, and exploring eater. And remember your AED: acknowledge, encourage, and direct.